This is part 3 of ADA USA v. PDX Dyslexia-Friendly Audio Reading by Mary Eng. I am beginning on page 9 of 77 of the publishing of the Portland Police Brutality Proposed Settlement Agreement. Thanks very much to Laura Elena Veron Vizcarra Vanderlyn for her campaign with Rosenbaum Watson in the city of Portland to provide dyslexia accessibility via audio recordings. It is our hope that we can have American Sign Language interpretation as well. And I will begin at measure 20 on the it's like a glossary of terms provided at the beginning of the settlement agreement. And we are at number 20. Day means calendar day. 21, demographic category means to the extent such information is currently collected by PPB, age, race, color, ethnicity, national origin, religion, gender, disability, sexual orientation, source of income, or gender identity. 22, discipline means a personnel action for a violation of an established law, regulation, rule, or PPB policy, including written reprimand, suspension, demotion, or dismissal. DOJ refers jointly to the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice and the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Oregon. 24, ECW means electronic control weapon. A weapon, including tasers, designed primarily to discharge electrical signals into a subject that will cause involuntary muscle contractions and overrides the subject's voluntary motor responses. 25. ECW application means the contact and delivery of electrical impulse to a subject with an ECW. 26. Effective date means the date this agreement is entered by the court. 27. EIS means the Employee Information System as provided in PPB Manual 345.00. 28. Ensure means the city and PPB are using objectively good faith efforts to achieve the outcome desired. Page 10 of 77, number 29. Exigent circumstances means circumstances in which a reasonable person would believe that imminent and serious bodily harm to a person or persons is about to occur. 30. Firearm is any instrument capable of discharging ammunition as defined in PPB Manual 1020.00. 31. Force means any physical coercion used to effect, influence, or persuade an individual to comply with an order from an officer. The term shall not include the ordinary handcuffing of an individual who does not resist. 32. IA means the Internal Affairs Unit of PPB's Professional Standards Division. 33. Implement or implementation means the development or putting into place of a policy or procedure, including the appropriate training of all relevant personnel and the consistent and verified performance of that policy or procedure in actual practice through the regular use of audit tools. 34. Including means including but not limited to. 35. Inspector is a command position in the PSD responsible for reviewing all uses of force and making recommendations regarding improvements to systems of accountability in relation to force management. And PSD is not defined yet, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay, 36. IPR means Independent Police Review Division, an independent, impartial office readily available to the public, responsible to the city auditor, empowered to act on complaints against sworn PPB members for alleged misconduct, and recommend appropriate changes of PPB policies and procedures towards the goals of safeguarding the rights of persons and of promoting higher standards of competency, efficiency, and justice in the provision of community policing services governed by Portland City Code Chapter 3.21, and parenthetically I want to say that IPR currently works as a spy for the city attorneys, and whether that means they're violating the settlement agreement themselves or not, it does seem to be a deep conflict of interest there. Okay, 37, page 11 of 77, point 37, less lethal force means a force application that is not intended or expected to cause death or serious injury, and that is commonly understood to have less potential for causing death or serious injury than conventional, more lethal police tactics. Nonetheless, use of less lethal force can result in death or serious injury. 38, lethal force means any use of force likely to cause death or serious physical injury, including the use of a firearm, carotid neck hold, or strike to the head, neck, or throat with a hard object. 39, line investigation, or Directive 940.00 investigation means the use of force investigation conducted pursuant to PPB Directive 940.00. 40. Mental health crisis means an incident in which someone with an actual or perceived mental illness is experiencing intense feelings of personal distress, e.g., anxiety, depression, anger, fear, panic, hopelessness, obvious changes in functioning, e.g., neglect of personal hygiene, unusual behavior, and or catastrophic life events, e.g., disruptions in personal relationships, support systems or living arrangements, loss of autonomy or parental rights, victimization or natural disasters, which may, but not necessarily, result in an upward trajectory of intensity culminating in thoughts or acts that are dangerous to self and or others. Like going to city council. You're clearly mentally ill if you dare go someplace where people are constantly beaten up and arrested, brutalized, framed, and maliciously prosecuted in retaliation and violation of 130 of this Act. 41. Mental illness is a medical condition that disrupts an individual's thinking, perception, mood, and or ability to relate to others, such that daily functioning and coping with the ordinary demands of life are diminished. Mental illness includes, but is not limited to, serious mental illnesses such as major depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, panic disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder. Mental illness includes individuals with dual diagnosis of mental illness and another condition such as drug or alcohol addiction. We are on page 12 of 77. 42. Misconduct means conduct by a sworn officer that violates PPB regulations or orders or other standards of conduct required of city employees. 43. Misconduct complaint means any allegation of improper conduct by a sworn officer, whether the complaint alleges corruption or other criminal misconduct, a violation of law, or a violation of PPB policy, procedure, regulations, orders, or other standards of conduct required of city employees, including but not limited to the improper use of force. This definition is not intended to create a right of appeal to the CRC for lethal force or in custody death cases. Okay, I will stop there on page 12, and we will resume with point 44, Mobile Crisis Prevention Team definitions and terms at the beginning of the settlement agreement. And this is, I believe, video 3 or 4 of the ADA friendly. I believe it is basically video 3, with the 4 being the highlight of retaliation, which I made in advance because it's so important. Thank you.